so it is ready. I think we are ready to go. So hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well and keeping safe, most importantly. So today I am going to be making cabbage rolls. I've tried it before, but this is my first time making it. I said, you know what, I'm going to try it this time. You know, we have to be creative, especially now that, you know, some places we're still practicing social distancing. So, you know, just use the extra time that you would have used for commuting back and forth, you know, use it for something, you know, creative, something you've always wanted to do. So, however, I am making cabbage rolls. So cabbage basically is cabbage stuffed with beef, ground beef, sausage with veggies. Oh, at least I've tried it before. I didn't make it, but I've tried it and it was so good, so good. So now I am going to try myself. I'm going to try making it. So this will be our first time preparing, at least my first time preparing it for you guys. So we'll see how it turns out. Let's jump right into the ingredients. You know, I want this intro to be pretty short, so I will see you shortly. Okay guys, toodles. Okay guys, here are the ingredients. Let me get my fragrant candle out of the way. You know how I like to have my candle on when I'm cooking or cleaning, just for the ambience. It smells lovely. See, I'm almost out. Oh my, I'm almost out. So anyway, so I'm just using it till I get to the last drop, but it makes a difference, at least for me. Any candle, any fragrant candle, I just like this eucalyptus and spearmint. So I have it going, and so now I'm in the mood. Let's get this going. Okay, so the star of the dish, of course, hence the name cabbage rolls, is one green cabbage. We're not making much, we just want to make little, but this is the smallest I could find. So I have one green cabbage. Then let's go to the stuffing. We have ground beef and sausage. I'm not going to use all of it, but we have some sausage. I'm going to combine the two. So ground beef, sausage. We have tomato sauce. This is just plain tomato sauce, tomato and pepper sauce blended in its puree form and cooked down. So it's cooked down with a little bit of oil. So it's cooked down, it's not seasoned yet. So this is just so that it can store well. So I just poured some. I made a whole batch yesterday for stews and different sauces. So this is part of the batch I made, not seasoned yet. So we have the sauce. I'll show you what we're going to use that for. We have a little bit of vegetable oil. I think this is about 1 cup, almost 1 cup. So you see, vegetable oil. No, not vegetable oil, sorry, canola oil. Canola, I use canola oil for cooking. So this is canola oil. Then we have, because the stuffing, we need some sort of starch. So not starch, but something to, you know, make it hearty and filling, sorry. So some people use rice, steamed rice. They add steamed rice to the ground beef mixture. I am going to be using squash. So this is yellow squash, just to, I don't want to have less carb just in general. So this is, I think squash is a vegetable, if I'm not mistaken. So this is squash. I have some growing in the garden, but it's not yet, it hasn't yet started coming out. Just budding now. So we'll leave that for now, but I got some in the grocery store. This is squash. I'm going to take some, dice it up into tiny bits. If you want, you can use potatoes instead, or you can use rice. So I have squash. Then I have spring onions. I'll not be using regular onions. I'm just going to use spring onions. And then for spices, we have curry, we have salt, we have bouillon cube, we have garlic, we have ginger, we have fresh thyme from the garden, from my garden, fresh thyme. And it smells so, ooh, it smells, fresh thyme makes a difference compared to dry thyme. You can smell it from, oh, just once you pinch the leaf, it smells so strong. So we're just going to use this amount. And then we have all-purpose seasoning. You can use any all-purpose seasoning of your choice. I'm going to be adding this all-purpose to this tomato sauce with salt. That's it. That's it, because our sausage has some flavors in it. So I'm not going to over season or over, spice up this meal. And this already has pepper. So if you're using tomato sauce with no pepper, you need to add blended pepper or diced pepper. So this already has pepper blended. So I am not going to be adding extra pepper to this. So we have that. I think that's about it. That's about it. We've covered everything. Okay. And then of course our cutting board to cut up the squash. And I recently got this. It's the smashed garlic. I like it. It's pretty nice. I've tried it once, so yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm going to be using it. Garlic smasher, garlic crusher. So I'm going to be using that, and that's about it. And one last thing, we have a pot of water going. So that will be our first thing to use. We're going to put the cabbage in here. We need to steam the cabbage a little bit so we can peel off the layers. So we have our pot of water, and let's begin cooking. So here's our cabbage. So we're going to cut off this hard part and try and dig out as much as possible. So here's what I am doing. So that's as far as I can get it. And now we're going to slowly drop this into the water. We need to add more water. Everything needs to be submerged. So we're going to add more water, cover it, and let it steam. It's basically okay, guys. We are back. So while the cabbage is boiling or steaming, so far it's been about maybe 5 minutes, so it's almost done. But in the meantime, during that time, I cut up the squash. You see how tiny I cut it up? Just very tiny. And then the green bell pepper, the green onions or spring onions, I cut that up as well. For the squash, I only used about 4 of these. So 4 cubes. So each one I cut it up into tiny bits. So I only use 4. Again, you can use potato or you can use rice. Okay, so we're going to keep the remaining for another dish, another day. We'll cover that for now. And on to the next piece. Let's put this away. We're going to be using that. Let's open up our sausage. So this is spicy Italian sausage. You see why I'm not adding extra pepper in my meals, because this is already has pepper in it as well as the tomato sauce. So as I've opened it, I don't want to use the skin or the outer coating. Typically, if you're roasting this or you're grilling it or putting it on a pan, you know, you leave this encasing, this little, like what was used to fill the sausage. But I'm going to take it off. We don't need it. So in that case, I'm going to add it directly to our bowl. Our bowl with all the squash and all. So we'll just squeeze it out. We're squeezing it out. See that, guys? Okay, that's one. We need another one. Let's squeeze it out. Squeeze out this end. Hope you can see what I'm doing, guys. So I'm just squeezing this out because we don't need this. We don't need it. Okay, and I'm going to get a spatula just to see how much we have. Okay, I think that's good enough, because we don't need much. We're not making a huge batch, so I'm going to save this as well for maybe grilling breakfast or something. So let's get the ground beef. This is the ground beef. Ugh. Okay, guys. Okay, so we've brought out the cabbage. It's hot. Ideally, you allow it to cool, but you know, I'm going to go ahead and just peel off the outer layer. Now it's soft, it's pliable, so it's not going to break, you know. So now all I'll do is just peel This is exactly what we want, guys. We want this. Now for each leaf, we have this hard stalk at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is just hold this down, and this hard stalk, cabbage stalk, I'm just going to cut it off just like a triangle. Some people peel it off. It's easier for me to just cut it off. So we have something like this, and I'm going to do that to the rest of my leaves, and we'll be back to roll our sausage. Going. Remember, we have our canola oil, so we're going to add that. And then to our mixture, we have the leftover seasoning. So we have the all-purpose seasoning, the leftover bouillon cube, we have some salt, and then we have the leftover thyme. So I'm going to add it. We're adding our tomato sauce. Lower the heat. So we just need a slight simmer. So now I'm just going to crush this bouillon to add to our all-purpose seasoning, and we're just going to toss everything in. And then we're going to stir and allow it cook for about just not too long, for about 5 minutes, and it's good to go. So then we can now put everything together and roll our cabbage. It is done. Can you see that? I just left it for 2 minutes. 2 minutes and it's done. Remember, I pre-cooked the tomato sauce, and then we have our filling, so our beef mixture that we're going to be using. So let's get some working area, and we need a baking. You need a baking container, baking pan, baking. So I'm using this baking dish. So we'll see how many cabbage rolls we can fit in here. So I'm using this. I don't know the exact size, but you have an idea, and you see how many we're going to use. So remember this, I said don't toss it away. So I'm going to just put, just the broken pieces at the bottom, just to line the bottom. You see, just to have some sort of base. So I'm putting broken pieces at the bottom. Just to have a base. So we have that set up now, and we can now start our sausage filling. Don't throw this away yet, so we're going to put it on the side in case we need it. So let's go. I'm going to start from the big ones so that we can see how far we get with the big ones. Okay, we have this very big one. I need a spoon here. Okay, so I have a spoon that I'll use to scoop my filling. Just enough, not too much, but just enough. So we have this, and we're going to put it at the bottom here. I cut the edge, so I'm just putting it where that edge meets the empty part, like where I made the cut. So I'm just putting it at the edge there. And then I'm going to go ahead and fold, roll. You tuck in the sides. Are you seeing what I'm doing? I'll show you another one. You tuck in the sides, then roll. keep rolling till you have a fully rolled cabbage. You see that? On both sides, all covered on both sides, but we have some tasty filling on the inside. And we're just going to put this face down so that it doesn't loosen up. You face it down. So yep, we have one in there. I hope you can see this, guys. Right there we have one, and then we're going to go ahead and try another one. I'm starting with the good ones, the good cabbage. So we have that. Remember that part I cut off? That's hard stalk in the center. I cut it off, so we have this kind of triangle, empty triangle. So we're going to open that up, then add our filling. See the filling right here? Not too much, so everything doesn't look sloppy. So I'm gathering the two sides, covering it up, and then fold, tuck in this edge, the corners, tuck it in, fold, and keep folding till you get to the end. So then you have that nice covered roll. So let's keep going. Face down so it doesn't loosen up. You know, some people use toothpick to hold it, but we're putting it face down, so that part that is open, you know, it's pretty much covered. You know, sits this way, face down. I don't know if the lighting, you can see it. So there you go, face down. So we're going to fill this up, and I'll just stop talking and you can watch as I go along. Have the oven preheated on, I preheated at 350 degrees. So I'm trying to put this in. Okay, there we go. So you see our tomato sauce is going to gradually seep to the bottom there, and it's going to cook. So we want to cook it for about let's see, let's to start with, let's try 35 minutes. We'll check it, and then, you know, I'll say go for another 10 minutes, so to be 45 minutes, just because the beef on the inside needs to cook. Okay, if you want cheese, you can add cheese for that extra, you know, crisp and, you know, on top, and, you know, some gooiness on the inside. But this is how we're going to leave ours, and we'll close it for now and watch it cook. Okay guys, see you soon. Guys, so it is ready. I turned off the oven and allowed it to sit you know, so it can absorb all the juices and it won't be so hot. So I need to be able to carry it. So that is what it looks like. I'm going to bring it out. But look at how beautiful that is, guys. Oh, it smells so lovely. It smells so good. It smells as good as it looks. Guys, just like that, it is ready. This is what it looks like. Ooh, it's nice and warm. I brought it out and allowed it to cool down in the oven while you know I was taking care of some other things. But here it is, guys. So let's see. Let's dig in. And what we need to do is just to bring each one out, or the one we're going to eat. So let's see, which one can we have? Let me have this one at the edge. I need a fork here. Look at that, guys. Oh wow. Then let's have the one at the bottom will be more succulent because it's been in the juices. In the juice. Look at that, guys. Oh wow. So we're gonna bring that out. Ooh, that's beautiful. Let's have some of the sauce on top. It smells so good. Ooh. And this right here, oh, will taste awesome. So let's move that to the side. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Beautiful. Cabbage roll with beef and sausage on the inside. And now let's dig in. But before I dig in, I'm going to take a couple of pictures, you know, make it all pretty, and we can taste it. So this is it. I am going to I'm getting a knife here. Okay, so let's dig in, guys. Let's dig in, right? Okay, so I'm gonna cut through. Oh wow, it's nice and firm. Look at that, guys. Steak knife, but look at that. It has the beef on the inside and it's all cabbage. Wow. Look at that, guys. Let me show you. See? Look at that. Guys, oh my god, this is lovely. It is lovely, I tell you. Let's have the last piece. I think I need to cut this. To show you what the inside looks like. That's the sausage with the ground beef with the squash. Oh my. I tell you, it's delicious. And like I said, you can always sprinkle cheese. You can sprinkle cheese on it if you want. And as always, I need to have a nice cup of juice or iced tea with this. And guys, just try it. If you try it, let me know in the comment box below. As always, like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Oh wow, this is a home run. It's so tasty. I wish you can be here. You could be here with me having this. It is good. But you know what's even better? You have the recipe now. You can try it out for yourself. This was my first time making it and it turned out awesome. So I'll see you in my next video. Till then, remain blessed, guys. Bye.